asked my Instagram story if people would want to see my village and where I live. So everyone said yes. So I thought that I would give you guys a little bit of a tour. I've actually never really walked around much. I've walked to the trails, but not much of the village itself. Yeah, so let's see what's going on. I brought some money with me in case I want a snack and stop at the bakery. So I'll show you around. So here we have this sign on the main street. Right down my road we have a swimming pool, a soccer stadium. I don't know what an Elschbach is. If anyone knows, let me know. And those are the two towns that they go that way. Right behind this sign we have a memorial. I've actually never walked over here before. That house, though, interesting enough, a bus ran into it. You can tell. All right. So every village usually has two churches, a Protestant and a Catholic. And every single church I've ever seen in Germany has been just so beautiful. The way that it's built, I believe this house is along with the church, and the church is right there. Alright, this place is interesting right here. This place is a gift shop. I'll go to the windows. So they have just random things, balloons, little mugs. But also, this is where we pick up our mail sometimes. So if we get a ticket that has that sign on it, then that means we have to come here and pick it up. There is a gelato place there, but I don't believe that it's actually a gelato place because I've never seen it open. Never seen anyone go in it. It looks like it's been closed forever. But hopefully they do open it because gelato is legit. It is my favorite thing so far about Europe. Instead of ice cream trucks, they have gelato trucks, and there's a gelato man that comes to my village, and you have to, if you really want gelato, you WhatsApp him. He has his number on his car, and you WhatsApp him, and then he comes to your house and brings you gelato. That sounds amazing. Interesting fact, they have cigarette vending machines everywhere. Literally everywhere. And they can get cigarettes whenever they want. Okay, now I'm really trying to rush back towards home because I want to show you before it gets dark out the field that's right near my house. We take the dogs on the walks there, and it's just so relaxing. It's beautiful. So just walking now, something was brought to remembrance. I saw something, and it's a really funny story when we first moved here. So before we moved here, people were like, watch out for gypsies. They're gonna try and steal stuff or rob your house. And I was like, oh my gosh, gypsies, like what the heck? So I was like nervous, and then I kept hearing, oh, and they put chalk markings outside your front house to let people know if you're home or not, or if you have something worth stealing. They put all these little chalk notes. So I was like really nervous. I was like, what the heck? So I moved to our house, and above our door was a little sign, and it's a little black sign, and it looked like chalk, and it had 20 and then a symbol, C, a symbol, M, a symbol, B, a symbol, and then 19. And I was like, what is this? Are they cursing our house? Like, what is happening? Like, and I'm like talking to Dalton, I'm all freaked out. I'm like, I think someone put a curse on our house because I didn't see it before, and it's there now. So I'm freaking out, and Dalton's, you know, the way he always is, he's like, just calm down. It's probably no big deal. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm gonna pray over this house then, because no one's gonna curse this house. So then we were out on a walk the next day with the dogs, and I noticed that everyone had it above their door, and I'm like, is this village cursed? Like, what? So I was freaking out, and I was like, I'm gonna Google it. What did this mean? So I Googled all the numbers and the letters that were on it, and turns out, like in Germany, they do this thing where, like, every year you get this sticker, and it's supposed to be like a blessing for your house. And I had no clue, so I'm like, oh my gosh, someone's trying to curse us and steal all of our things, when in reality it's supposed to be like a good thing and a blessing, but I had no clue. So just one of those things that when you move to a new country, they just do things that, I don't know, that we just don't do in America, obviously, because we're in Europe. But yeah, it was just a funny moment. And if you can't tell, I am by the field. It's beautiful out. This is pretty over here too. But yeah, I'll show you guys a little bit more of it, and hopefully the horses are out. We can see the horses. I love them. So here, this is usually the end of the trail for us, but I'm going backwards. So usually the horses, they're right here, but I don't see them. That makes me sad, but I'll get over it. But this is where they usually hang out. And that's my little street down yonder. Yeah, this is our trail. Another thing that I've come to love about Germany is there are walking trails everywhere. German people are so healthy. There are women who are in walkers, and they are on these trails every day, just still going. I love walking on trails. There's always so many people. I can't ever say I've struck up a conversation or anything, but I say hello to a lot of them, which is how you say hello in German, but it's not, obviously, you can tell. But, yeah, I like to walk this trail with my dogs, but it's pretty sucky because Mia, my big dog, you haven't met her yet, but Mia, she gets really excited. That scares the crap out of me. She gets really excited when we go on walks, and she does pretty well until she sees another dog, and then she wants to jump and she wants to go play with them, and since she's like huge, people are afraid of her, so then they go on the total opposite side of the trail. So usually I have to like pull all the way off and let people pass because Mia looks scary. So yeah, that sucks. So I'm really excited for Dalton to come back home. We've already talked about it and decided that after dinner or right before dinner, whatever, we want to go on walks every day with the dogs for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it is, maybe an hour. He's doing it mainly for the fitness side of it, but I just love walking. I love being outside, especially with the pups. I like to get their energy out, and I'm really excited for him and I to have that quality time together and walk around, just have conversation. I'm a very quality time kind of person, so when me and him can be outside away from all the distractions of technologies and stuff, I really appreciate that, because then we can have deep conversations or just enjoy each other's presence looking at a beautiful view. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a stork. Oh, there he goes. So that's another thing that's a little different out here. I mean, it could be normal in other places, I just haven't been. But in our village, and in a lot of villages I've seen before, there's just storks everywhere. It's so random. I've never seen a stork just like fly over my car in like another town before. But out here, just yesterday, I was driving and I was going past a grocery store, and there was a stork with just like a huge, I don't know, thing of grass or whatever in his beak, and I was like, what the heck? Oh, he's right there again. That's a different one. Like, what? Yeah, it's just something that's different to me. I don't think I've ever seen as many storks in my life as I have just living in this village. Have a funny story. Again, so many memories already in a year, about this field right here. My dogs ran away one time because a little fence of ours fell over, and we couldn't find them for almost 3 hours. I was looking for them. My husband already left for work. I just got out of the shower and I was, let me just check on the dogs outside quick, and they were gone. And I looked over outside of our kitchen window, and the fence was on the ground, and I was like, oh my word. And our little one is already known for being a runner, so like whatever, but my big girl Mia, she was gone too, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I call my husband and I'm in a panic, and these crows. So we were in a panic, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna look for them, don't worry. And an hour went by, and I called my husband, and I'm like, I can't find the dogs. And on top of that, I'm supposed to pick up my little sister from the airport, which is an hour and a half away, at a certain time. And I'm like, do I pick between like my dogs and looking for them and then giving up and getting my sister? Or do I just keep looking for them and then have her wait at the airport until I find them so I know they're safe, and then put them in the house? And so I was freaking out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what to do? So Dalton's bosses let him come home, and we were looking for these dogs for another hour and a half. And we almost gave up. We were like, you know what? If they come back home, Dalton will just stay home and wait for them, or someone's gonna call us, because it's been 3 hours. They're probably far now. We already drove around the whole neighborhood, so we were gonna start driving again, or at least he was, and I was gonna get my sister. So we were like, let's just walk around one more time. So we're walking around one more time, and we go to this big field back there, but we were far, far off. And at that point, there was a lot of like tall grass in here. So we're like, all right, let's just look again. And there's a little orange house down the road, and it has a blind dog in the backyard. And I passed by this blind dog a few times, and I just talked to it a few times. I was like, hey, baby. So I talked to this blind dog, and I was like, I wish this dog would just like bark or something. If it saw me and Jax, then we would know. So we walk away, and we're about to head towards the house, and then I hear that blind dog barking, and I'm like, well, what if the dog just sees Mia and Jax by chance? Let's just go back and check one more time. So we go back to the field, and right about here were my dogs, and we were way down there, and we see them, and I had cheese with me because I was like trying to get them to come back, and we see them, and I'm like, Mia, Jax! And at this point, I swear that one of them, like, I swore one of them got hit by a car by then, because they were gone for so long, I didn't know. And Jax, like, I feel like Jax, he could survive. Mia, like, she can be a little dumb. And I just feel like he would have left her and she would have been like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to walk in the street. So we saw them. Sorry, I got sidetracked. And I got so excited, and I started running to them, and they started running to us, and it was like, I swear, it was like a movie scene. Everything was slow motion, and I was like, Mia, Jax. And before I can even get to them, I like fell to my knees. I'm so dramatic. I fell to my knees, and I like cried so hard because I thought they died for real. So I was crying, and I was like, and I was sobbing, and then they came to me, and Dalton got a hold of Jax because he would have ran away again, and he got Jax, and I grabbed them, and I'm like crying, and they're eating cheese out of my hand, and it was just so dramatic, but it was beautiful, because like, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't realize how much you love these stinking dogs until they leave, and you're like, what the heck? I do everything for them. I provide for them, and they're just gonna leave, and they can't do things on their own. What are they gonna do? And yeah, man, I'm sure that's what it's like having children. I'm just like, they can't go anywhere. What are they gonna do? We're not in that story or that chapter of my story yet, but one day. I see you, kitty cat. Hello. Trying to be sneaky.